Hello, everyone. Hello. Tell me if you can see me and hear me, and if anybody's here, and all that good stuff. I like to know that I can be heard before I start saying anything that I don't like to repeat myself. Hello, everyone. Happy Sunday. Hello, Debbie. I see I have 0 watching, but I know there's people here. Hi, Laura and Sandy. Jane. See, here's the romper room. Hello again. Hi, everyone. I have a ton of things that I want to be doing and I want to talk about. And hi, Tilda. And I was going to do some gluing today. Hello, Missy. Hi, Scrap Chick. Joan. Hello, hello. See, I only have 3 watching. Mine says 3. Isn't that horrible? Hi, Lori, Catherine, Candace. Is this your first time, Candace? Welcome, welcome. All right. I'm mostly in chat mode today. We had our get-together. Hi, Sierra. We had our get-together yesterday, and we had 8 people. I'm up to 17 now. I don't know. Jean. Thanks everyone for being here. So we had our, I've been calling it a meet and greet, but we did have 4 new people. Uh-oh, I'm going to choke. Give me a second. I'm going to start coughing. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Get a drink there. Got a little tickle in my throat. Too much talking. We had 8 people. The training room that we meet in, hi Peg, the training room we meet in, it can only hold 8 people. So we have about 10 people that do come. Tilda. I know you have a life. Hi Vicky. See, mine says 24 now, and your guys' numbers, your numbers are different than mine. I don't know. So we have issues. The room will only hold up to 8. If I have more than that, if everyone decides to come in a month, some people won't be able to come into the room because they will kick us out. So in the big conference room, I have to have at least 8 people. So, and I can't always know that I'm going to have 8 people because, that's a long time in advance. I would have to know a month in advance that at least 8 people are going to be there. And not everybody can do that. I understand that. Hi, Connie. So anyway, 4 new people. 4 new people. We had a great group. We had so much fun. You usually watch after it's ended. Well, welcome, Candace. Hello, Maria. We had so much fun. We start, and I'm going to stop calling it a meet and greet. I'm going to call it a get-together. We're going to get together. All right? So we start the get-together saying hello to everybody and any news or anything like that. And I usually bring projects that I have recently finished or that I'm working on streams and stuff, so that those people that show up can see some of that. And people bring the projects that they're working on. And I was surprised. I was surprised. Maybe not surprised. I'm not sure. I guess I'll say surprised. I'll say surprised. Hey, Carla. Hey, Eva. That almost everyone that comes has some kind of personal book that they work in almost daily. Just about everyone. Missy, I don't think you do. I think you're more of a try to get things done when you get a chance kind of person, right? But and what struck me also looking at people's projects is how different their personal books are and how differently each person uses their book, what they use it for, how they use it, how they feel about it. It just got me to thinking a lot about personal books. And so that is what I kind of want to talk about today. I don't necessarily have a personal book of my own, but I will get into that a little bit later. So we had a lot of fun. So we start out the get together showing projects that we've done. So I can see what you guys are doing. I love to see your books. I love to see what you're interested in and what your style is. I mostly like to see what styles what people are attracted to, what grabs their attention. And oh, you are so welcome to be here, Carla. We like new people. We like the old people too. Well, the ones that come all the time. And then what we usually do after we have show and tell, we look at everybody's projects. I usually do some kind of workshops. Last month, we didn't have very many people there. Missy's a maverick. Hi, Elaine. Hi, Midnight Lizard. I think that's a new name, too. Hello, hello, and welcome to all you new people and all your lurkers out there. I know that there's quite a few people who just like to watch and not do a lot of chatting. I understand that. I appreciate you being here. You don't need to chat. I get it. Hi, Dawn. A lot of people like to just have something going in the background, somebody talking while they're doing their projects. It feels like you're with good company. With you it feels like you have company when you're doing something, and I get that because I used to do that. I haven't been able to do that here lately, and I need to catch up on people. But anyway, so the second part of our get together is a workshop. We make something. Last month we harvested magazines because there wasn't very many people there. And the month before that, we made meander books. It was a lot of fun. This time, and some of the get-togethers before were I do workshops. I do little workshops, little exercises, fun little things. And I have to say, we did workshops yesterday, and they were some of the they were really fun. I had so much fun. Hi, Franna. And I think Missy is the only one here. Like I said, we had 4 new people. And 2 of the new people, twins. I couldn't believe it. Twin sisters. And they are having a what do you call a banner year? One of those important year birthdays this year. So they are treating themselves to different activities and things throughout the year. So they're having a lot of fun, and they spent the day with me yesterday. And one of the twins had some questions about making, she wanted to make a book documenting this year of hers. And so that's another reason why I wanted to do these personal books. So we'll get to that, right, Becky? And so these are some of the workshops that we did. We did something for the first time. These are the collages that I came back with. What we did a couple of a basic workshop that I have over there on Patreon. It's kind of like a warm-up exercise that I really enjoy doing myself, and most people enjoy doing it too. But after that one, after the warm-up, we did some round robin things so that everybody got to touch everybody else's collage. We had so much fun. It was a lesson in letting go of control, because you had no control of what somebody else was going to do to your collage. And it was the best. I had so much fun. We laughed so hard. It was absolutely great. So if you are somewhere in the area next month, I have the small room booked for the 23rd of March. Like I said, the small room will only hold 8 people. So I can only have 7 people. I will do the video tomorrow to get together. Missy had a good time too yesterday. I can only have 7 people, so it's going to be one of those, I couldn't get the large room. And if you guys tell me right away that you're going to be there and I get more than 8, I may be able to get the large room, but I was not able to find out if the large room is already booked up for that date. So I'll get into it in the video tomorrow. So the faster you can say that you are coming, hold your place, the faster I will know how many people are going to be there, and the faster I will be able to get the larger room so that other people can come. I'm hoping to be able to start getting the large room soon for more people. Okay, so that's that. The video will come out tomorrow announcing that get together. And it's free. It's just a get together. It's just so that you can put faces to all the names in chat. A lot of people, I don't think the twins, they are very busy. They both work and they are not able to come to the chat, but they watch the recordings. A lot of people watch the recordings. So, everybody's welcome. Just so you know, it's all free. I bring supplies to do the collages and stuff, and all that good stuff, so you don't need to bring anything. And it is a ton of fun. A ton of fun. We were laughing. Sorry. We were laughing so hard. We were laughing so hard. So anyway, let me put these away. And let's start talking about personal books. So let me just get something out here. I don't necessarily have a day-to-day journal or a personal book. I don't make myself do something every day. I've got so much stuff to do that would just add pressure to my already all the pressure that I put on myself already. Anyway, I don't, but I thought it was very interesting, hi Kat, that so many people have a book that they use. Either they use it as an art journal daily, or they use it as a diary, record things that happened in the day, or a place to make notes, or a place to have lists so that they can remember of all the things they need to do. The closest thing that I have, well, I did a junk journal. It's kind of a personal journal, but I wouldn't say it's a personal book. The closest thing that I think I have for a personal book would be my Anything Goes book. And it's really not that personal. This is more of an experiment, see what happens kind of thing book. Hi, Tiffany and Laura. Laura has a daily journal. How many of you guys have a daily something that you do? I was surprised. I was surprised. So this is my Anything Goes book. It's pretty public. It's a public book. I do everything on streams in this book. I do have a couple of personal books, and you know, I have not had a chance to do anything in these two books of mine in over a year. I have been so busy. I have not had a chance to do anything for myself in over a year. So these two books, they're both blank books, and I don't really like working in blank books anymore, so maybe that's another reason I don't really do anything in them. These blank books are just places where if I'm not sure exactly what I want to do, I will glue book text in, some images that I like. I'll do some stenciling, I'll do some stamping, I'll add some leftover paint sometimes. You know, I'll just glue things in. Debbie has a daily. Laura has had one since she was 9. So you have a lot of them. And Jean, you're saying that you do have one, but you don't let anybody see it. And that is perfect. You know, that's kind of what it is for a lot of people. Kathleen has several, but not currently using them daily. Catherine has a daily art, gratitude, gold stars, inspiration, words and images, page a day, a spiral bound book. Wow. Hi, Cheryl. Hi, Christoph. Hi, guys. Gold stars. That's interesting. So I don't get a chance to do a whole lot in mine. I glue. I think that's what I do mostly for relaxing is I just glue stuff down. I like to glue in painted papers, images, and book text. I really like to glue. Talking about glue, guys, I went shopping for Elmer's Extreme. I've only got one package left of my hurricane supplies that I got September last year. The year before, 2017. That's funny. Sometimes a gold star is just for getting out of bed. I need a gold star. I have trouble sometimes. I have trouble a lot. I am not a morning person. I'm not a morning person. I can growl like anything in the morning. No amount of any caffeine will even help that. But anyway, yeah, a gold star, that, maybe that might work. So I went in. It still makes you laugh. I had a hurricane coming. It was on sale. It was back to school stuff that was on sale. I got 2 packs of glue sticks, Elmer Extreme glue sticks for $1.50. I could not get those. They didn't have any water or anything. I was too late for all that stuff, but I got the glue. I couldn't not get the glue. And I have now almost used it all up. So I had not been looking for it. It is a problem. I had gone to Hobby Lobby looking for it, and I had seen it a month before and didn't think anything of it. But I went to go get some just so I would have extra because it is my favorite. It is my go-to. I like it a lot. And as I was there, a lady was in the glue aisle with the planogram changing up all the glues. And Elmer's Extreme, the glue stick Elmer's Extreme, was not on the planogram. I have a feeling they may be discontinuing it. I went to Walmart. I only went to one Walmart and couldn't find it there either after looking everywhere. So this may be a problem, people, and we are going to have to address it. People have been telling me that you found it at Hobby Lobby for the first time this week. Grab it. When you see it, grab it. Hi, Lotta. You think they discontinued Extreme and replaced it with a multi-surface glue? You bought all they had. Good girl. Good girl. Like to hear that. I'm panicking a little bit. I don't know what I'm going to use when I can't find it. I've been using these Staples glue sticks, and I think that maybe I need to do a test with these. I don't have any others. I don't have Yoo-Hoo. I might have needed to go and get a Yoo-Hoo and do some tests with them and see what might hold up. But you don't know until I looked at Walmart at one of my Walmarts at back to school when the back to school stuff was there, and I did not see any Extreme. I had to go back to the stationery area where they've got, just regular supplies to find it then. And I found it then. I was just curious. Of course, I didn't get it then. Anyway, I have seen the Elmer's Extreme in liquid too. I did buy one, and I don't know if I've even tested it. I don't like the wet glues so much. Anyway, so I'm going to have to search and see if we can find something else. I don't know. I was very disappointed. Anyway, so these are my personal, they're anything goes books, but a lot of people, when they are doing personal books, they're saving receipts, they're saving photographs, they are saving, notes from an event that happened, a family get-together. Michael's. I did see it at Michael's not too long ago. I did not go to Michael's. I may have to go to Michael's and get some. Amazon, I guess, for those people that shop online, I guess it's not too difficult to get, but I am not an online shopper. I do not shop online. So hi, Margaret. So it's just a problem. It's just a problem. I don't want to start shopping online and get myself into trouble. And get used to doing everything online. It makes me nervous. Anyway, so that is my books. And I've also been doing this junk journal. The videos for this junk journal are not out yet. It is almost finished up. I am at the stage where I am writing in it, and I've not had a chance to write a lot in it yet. So I'm trying to write in it before I sew it together. I started last night to do a little bit of writing in it. And then I am going to stitch up the signatures. All the signatures are free at this moment. And I'm going to put them in a pre-made book. I'm going to show how I do that. I may do it on the stream today. Not necessarily these, but a different one. Like I don't need to start another book. But one of my peoples at the get-together yesterday, she found a book that has her name on it, and she wants to use it for her year, which I think is really cool, to find a book that has the title of the book is your name. She couldn't pass that up. She had to do it, and I don't blame her. So she was actually going to do it as an altered book. And she showed how many pages she had taken out, and it probably wasn't enough. She wants lines in the book so that she can write. She needs lines to write on so that it won't be going all over the place. And so I suggested maybe taking out the guts of the book and replacing it with other paper and drawing lines in pencil. Then she can write on them and then erase the lines, and then she'll look like she's really clever and can write in straight lines. So I was thinking about showing that today. This is another junk journal I was thinking about working in. It is the junk journal, art journal thing. I haven't gotten very far with that. Another option would be using, and I did get questions about these rubber bands, using rubber bands to put in a cover. She doesn't want to damage the cover with her name on it, which is, of course she doesn't want to damage the cover. And she probably doesn't want to use rubber bands on it either. It would cover up her name. But this is an option, making a cover with very, very sturdy cardboard, chipboard, board game kind of cardboard, because the rubber bands will collapse your spine. These rubber bands are the 7-inch rubber bands that I did get at Walmart. And I actually didn't realize I had a package of them. So I bought another one so I could show you what they look like. I do believe you can get these online. They are Advantage, and you can see they are 7-inch by 1/8 of an inch rubber bands. I like the larger one for a normal size book because it's a long way. When you start getting just the regular ones, and these are 3 inches by 1/8 of an inch, these are just, these are normal rubber bands. These are the ones you find everywhere. You find these at the Dollar Tree and all that good stuff. Okay? These, you're stretching them so much that they break when you're putting them on, or they break as soon as you turn a page. They don't last very long because they're so stressed out, being so stretched, they're stressed being stretched. I will use these on smaller spines, shorter spines, but for a normal size book, I like to use the larger ones. I find these at Walmart. Sometimes they're hanging, sometimes they're on a shelf. So take a look, and they're really cool colors. Blue, red, and purple. Purple. Hair bands are good too, Sheila. Yes, yes. Hair bands are very strong. They work too. You can find hair bands at the Dollar Tree. So I just wanted to show that, show what the packages look like. They are easy to find. Are you guys having a hard time hearing me? Maybe this is better. I didn't realize I was not plugged in. Gee whiz. Hello, everyone. So, thanks everybody for showing up. So this would also be a great personal book for anything. You can put some pages together. You don't have to sew them into any book. You can just have signatures that you're working on. They can be junk mail signatures. They can be paper that you want to use. They can be anything. It's nice and thin and small, and you can work on them, and then you can put them in the book when you're not working on them so that they're all together in the right order. And then when you get what you want done, or if you filled up your pages or you've made it large enough or whatever, you want to finish that book up, you can make a cover and sew them into a book or just leave them with rubber bands. These do break. All you need to do is replace them. They're not going to last forever, but they're really easy to replace. They're not that expensive. Another option would be the easy twine binding. I do have a video on how to do the easy twine. Elastic is good too. Elastic or the stretch cord. The stretch cord would be great for an easy twine binding. You do it pretty tight, so you have a little bit of give with it. I do have some of that, and I haven't used it. I had lost it for a while. The easy twine is not stretchy, but it is the same kind of thing where you can slip the, well, let me not take it out. You can slip the signatures. Here's one. This is the FIBS book. You can slip the signatures in and out underneath the string that holds your signatures into the book. So you can take them out, work on them, not have to fight with the rest of the pages, the rest of the books, but still have it in book form. So I just wanted to put those out there. I've got a video how to do the easy twine. I've got a video how to do book covers and use rubber bands. Hey, Marcia. You're not new exactly. Well, thanks for saying hi. So anyway, those are some ideas for personal books, and you can use them any way you need to use them. Day to day, you need to be reminded of what you've done, what they call it, a bullet journal. A bullet journal where, you've got your goals for the month and, or the day, you've got your lists, you've got, things that you have to keep in mind and things that you need to do. I don't really need all that. I know what I need to do, and I just don't spend time listing it all out. I start getting it done, and I'm always behind. So I'm always behind. So I just wanted to show some of that stuff. You guys want to see? You want to see putting some of those pages together in a book? Do we want to see that? I've got a couple here. I kind of like this one because it's really wide. This one is just like a normal book. These are fairly small-ish. Let me move this out of the way. I was going to work on something, but I'm kind of in between. I've got my sketchbooks, my little tiny sketchbook out, and I am getting ready to continue on with the organization. So I'm kind of organizing in my head as I look around the room. All right, so you do want to see putting some pages in something. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, which one of these should I use? I really don't need it to be extremely thick, but I think I'm going to use cardstock for the pages. And I did pull some out in case you guys said, yes, that's what you wanted to see. I've got some cardstock pages, just regular 8.5 by 11. And I think I am going to trim up these pages with this little, let's see how I can do this. I've gotten pretty good at using it for just trimming where I want to trim it, but for measuring, I don't know. It might be a problem. And what I want to do, I don't necessarily want my book pages all to be the same. I like mine more junk journal style. Maybe not made from junk journal, but I like different size pages. I like the tip outs, not that this paper is long enough to do that, but I like different sizes. I really like that a lot. So I'm going for the junk journal style. Hello, Paper Kitty. Sorry, looking at chat. So there's two Marcias. Hearing your name called startled you. Oh, sorry, didn't mean to startle you. Didn't mean to startle you. Thanks everyone for being here. It's really nice. So I'm actually thinking, I kind of like the smaller size. So I'm thinking that I might do that one, just so I don't have to use so many pieces of paper. Hi, Zelly. Hello, hello. So this would be good, for a glue book or for, I got some little bits of different size papers in here. And I've just gotten a variety of colors, and it's just plain cardstock. A lot of this is Michael's brand, so it's the 65-pound cardstock. I do have some pattern cardstock. Should I use a couple pieces of that? Ooh, that's busy. That might be just a little bit over the top. Maybe I could use, let me use the gray one. I like the gray polka dots. It's for something different. And maybe the gray lines. Let me put this to the side, get it out of my way. I'm not sure how many pages I am going to need. So let me just put this to the side a little bit. I've got some plain cardstock too. So I've got way too much cardstock. Way too much. I'm not going to be using all of it. All right. So these were some books that were given to me. I'm going to take the stickers off of them. I don't necessarily want stickers on them. And the first thing that I am going to do, and I forgot that I was going to do it. Here's my X-Acto knife. I'm going to just remove the book pages, as I am putting my very own book pages in. So when you're looking at the book, number one, you want to make sure that it's got a little header here. There's a little piece of fabric. You want to make sure that you don't have a glued in spine, because those are sometimes a little rough to get out. You want to be very careful of your spine. You don't want to damage your spine. Hi, Raylyn. They have, Elmer's Extreme has a extra strength one that they replaced it with. What's it called? What's it called? I would be interested in trying to use it. Okay, so the papers in the cover usually are glued to the body of the book. You can see where these two pieces of paper are glued together a little bit. They don't go all the way to the spine. It is up to you whether you want to leave that piece of paper in, because what I am going to do is I am going to make my pages come in. I'm going to sew the pages together, and then I'm going to glue those pages onto the cover. Now I can choose to glue them right on the cover, or I can choose to glue them on this piece of paper. Let me see if I can get that unglued enough to get it out, because it's glued really, really nicely. And you know what? Oh, I do have the liquid Elmer's Extreme right here. Who knew? I guess I wanted to try it and didn't. All right, so it ripped itself off and didn't unglue itself, which is fine. Which is fine. So that means that that's really glued well. Hi, Emma. Thanks all for your thumbs up. So I think I'm going to leave this page in and just take out the rest of the book. So let me see if I can get this one detached on the back so I can get to the body of the book. Ugh. Boy, they've used some really thick glue, and it's just not coming off, so I'm just going to rip it off too. All right. So I want to use my X-Acto knife and get in here, and I am just going to go into this little crevice right here. I don't want to go very far in there because I don't want to damage the spine. You want your whole cover intact and very strong. You don't want to put holes in it. So just make some very light marks. Don't go very deep in there. X-Acto knives make me nervous. I'm not very good with them. So you can see how I'm starting to cut that whole book block out of the book. Do this slowly and try to get in there and get that off. Let me see if I can start it up so you can see what I'm talking about. You don't want to go very deep. There's glue in there, so, be careful. It can get kind of thick. Okay. So I'm slowly, let's see if we can get it to focus. I'm slowly, you can see I'm taking that whole block out. Hey, Jennifer. All right, so that's what I'm doing. I'm just slowly just going to start taking that out. And I'm going to do it down here so I don't cut myself. That would not be a pretty something to do on a live stream. Okay. Separate it out a little bit. And I am making sure that I am not going very deep. So I'm doing little tiny cuts, little bit at a time. I don't want to cut into the cover. So I'm mostly cutting down into the pages. Not so much this way. I'm cutting down this way. It's better to cut off pages than it is to cut into your cover. And there's a lot of glue in there. It's very gluey. This is going to be a very strong book. Before I ripped it apart, it was going to be extremely strong. And you do kind of want to cut into the paper more than you do the pages themselves, more than you want to cut into the page here, the cover here. So you can see how I'm working at it, slowly taking it off. You agree with that, no extra red? So you can see I'm just working my way down, okay? And this may take me a minute. I should have had one done, but this way you can see the process. It takes a minute. It takes a little bit. You know, you take your time with this part so you don't mess it up. Because once you've damaged the cover, it's really hard to make it strong again. It's really hard to fix it. I mean, it can be done, but it's never going to be exactly what it was before it got damaged. Let's see if I can just go down to the end. And I guess I should work on the end here and meet in the middle. Little tiny cuts. I see a bunch of globs of glue right there. So you can kind of see how the book is coming apart now. Okay? So the spine is not glued in. The whole book, the body of the pages here, the book block is glued to these pages here. And that's kind of what we're going to do here in the end of it. We're just going to make a new book block with pages that we want to use. Okay. Okay, so here is the first part. This is all taken off. It's really, I've got quite a bit of paper here, and that's fine. We can fix that. And the spine is, there's no damage to the spine. I haven't gone into that at all. So I've been cutting off all of that. Okay? So that's what it kind of looks like. Sometimes you see a little bit of fabric here. This happens to be paper. So now I'm going to do that with the other side. Didn't take too long, did it? Sorry, guys. I'm not looking at chat at the moment. Let me know who's come in while I'm doing this delicate process here. So I can say hello. I do like to say hello when people come in. I'll say hello to lurkers too if you want to say hello. And then you can go back to lurking, getting your work done, your projects going. I don't mind the lurkers. I don't mind the lurkers. It is nice to know that people are working along with me. They may not be doing the same exact thing, but they're out there listening and enjoying, hopefully. And thank you all for your thumbs up. There is a lot of glue in there. Okay, there we go. All right. So that side is taken out and it's kind of attached by this piece of cardboard here. This is messy. This is a big old mess. Hi Susan. This is a big old mess. We'll fix that. And then you've got all these book pages to do whatever you want to do with them. There's some illustrations in here. I will be doing some new book page packs, some new napkin packs here in the next week or so. So let me just clean this up. What a mess. Okay. That is really sticky right there. I don't necessarily like that it's sticking out that far. So I'm just going to take some scissors and cut down that edge that is sticking out. Now, if I do that, then I am going to cut that paper off, so I can't do that. I can take some of it off, but I can't take a lot of it off. So we'll just take a bit of it off. I don't want to cut into that paper at all, but I do want to get rid of some of this edge. I can't see what's going on. It's too far ahead of me. I may have to pull it in for a second. So I don't want to cut that paper, that end paper. Just some of this brown paper and some of that glue. I'm just going to leave it. I didn't cut into it, did I? No. Nope, it is really good. All right, so this paper is here. Okay, so that's the cover. That is what I'm going to add my pages to. Alrighty, I'm going to put that to the side. Actually, I need to measure and see how big my pages are. They are about a 5 1/4 by 7. 5 1/4 by 7. Okay, so let's take some of these pieces of cardstock, fold them in half. I think it'll be easier to cut them to the correct size that way. I want that one. I want the 2 pattern papers. Let me put these to the side. I think I'm going to fold them first. And then cut some of them. And you can use any paper. You can use book pages for this. You could use, sketching paper. I don't think I want white. I think let's go with colors and stuff. How about some purple? We'll do some purple. It doesn't have to be cardstock. It can be anything you want it to be. Anything. Let's do some different colors. Let's do some of this yellow or beige or this off-white. It's more beige than off-white, isn't it? Hi, Southern girl. And we need to stack them to see kind of how thick they're going to be. I'm going to be gluing all kinds of stuff in here. I don't think I need pink. Maybe another one of those. So I don't want to fill the book because I want space for the pages to expand a little bit. I want this piece of gray is calling to me. I want to be able to put stuff in and not get alligator mouth. Alligator mouth is not necessarily bad, but some people don't love it. And you know what? I'm going to make different size pages. So I'm going to cut this in half. So I have a tiny little page, which would be right there. So that gives me 2 pages to fold in half. So I'm not wasting any cardstock. What I am going to do is I'm going to use a Copic binding or a kettle stitch just to put the book block together. That's a different color, so I'm going to do one of those. Actually, I'm going to make this a little bit smaller too. Let me cut this one in half too. I'm trying to decide how small to make it. That should be good. Not exactly in half. I like my pages different sizes. Don't know what that is about, but that's what I like. The get-together was so much fun. Okay, I didn't see your question, Kathleen. Hi, Ray. Let's see. I do. Yes, I do use the pages from the book. Yes. A lot of times if they're sewn in, I'm not sure if this one is, I will start ripping apart from the back. Yeah, this one kind of looks like it's sewn. Let me take all this paper off and see what's going on down here. Yes, I will leave the pages whole if I can. and use those in other books. I am planning, I've got a ton of them that I have spent time ripping apart this way. Let me just rip out that signature and see what's going on. Sometimes they're a signature and sometimes they're not. Let's see if I can find the center of this one and see what's going on. It looks like it is glued. It doesn't look like it's stitched. Yeah, there's no stitching here. So I may not be able to do that with this one. Let's see if I can get them apart without tearing them in half. Will that work? I don't think so. They're glued pretty well down the center here. Yeah, they are really. I don't know if I've ever seen a book glued together instead of stitched like this. But look, there the glue is right there instead of thread. It's a bead of glue, like they used a glue machine to put it together. And I don't know if I can get pages apart without ripping them in half. Wow. I wonder if this is how they put the newer books together. They used to sew each page in. Well, yeah, it's pretty ripped up. It's pretty ripped up. So I don't think I'll be able to take this one apart and use it that way. You know, but most of the time the stitched books I can take apart signature by signature, and then I can use the double page spread here in other books. And I've got quite a few of those saved to do something, you know, something with. And when I get a chance, I will do something with them. But anyway, I will use those. These are not going in the garbage. I will use them for other things. I will be using them. Never fear, my dear. Let me get that one out. And a couple of blues. And I am just going to fold these in half and then cut pages from them. So I may be wasting a little bit. Okay. But sometimes it happens. A little bit of waste happens. They do seem to. Book pages are collage fodder. I can make mini books out of the pages. I can do a lot of stuff with those pages. Mostly I do use them for collage bits. Collage bits. All right. So what was my dimension? 7 by 5 1/4. So they can only be 5 1/4. Some of them need to be a little bit shorter than that for the creep. All right. So that is a little bit less than 5 1/4. That's not wasting too much. I can deal with that kind of a waste. And 7. Uh-oh. So if I have 8 1/2, I would have to take off 2 1/2 inches. How do I measure 2 1/2 inches? This way. Okay, I got it. I figured it out. Let's just do a test page. And I didn't measure it right. Where did I go wrong, guys? 7 inches. Oh, I did 2 1/2 inches, not 1 1/2 inches. Oops. I'm usually pretty good with this. So we're just going to have a short page. Let me do one of these. Only cut 1.5 inches off this time, Carla. Only 1.5 inches. There we go. And that should work. Oh, I didn't cut off the end there. So we need to cut off that little tiny bit. And let's see how it fits in the book. This is going to be my end page. I am going to glue. I didn't do it straight. Let's try that again. Okay, why is it not straight? It's straight over here. Okay, people, what am I doing wrong? Okay, we'll just do it that way. I think it's too short now, isn't it? Maybe not. All right. All right, so this is going to be one of my ends, and let me do the other one that's the same color as the other end. Well, let me do the 1.5 inches first. So they're the same. It only went through part of it. Try it again. There we go. And then five and a quarter. That looks straight. About the same size. That one's a little bit longer. You cut just a tad bit more off of it so they're kind of the same. Just a smidgen. Oops. Just a smidgen. Well, these are my two ends. I'm going to put those over here. All right. So that is good. So let me start creating pages. These are already good. They are not too big. Sometimes the book pages aren't straight. Well, so let me do just a little bit off of this one and a bit more off of this one so that all my, I keep taking it off, so that all my pages are different sizes. And then I'll figure out how many pages I need. And I'm randomly just making them different sizes. So I'm not really paying too much attention about how much I'm taking off. So they're different heights and widths and more interesting that way. Let me do all of them and then see how many more pages I need. Thanks everyone for your thumbs up. Thanks for spending some time with me over here. with this funny little project. This one already has lines on it. It would be very easy to write on that because it's got lines. It would be very easy just to write on, which would be pretty cool. And this one. And I will not be getting rid of those little strips that I'm cutting off either. I'm probably going to make little kitties with those. Paint them up. These are too small, but the other ones I will be doing something with. All right. So how many signatures should I do? Time is it? Uh-oh, we're going to run out of time. Let's see if we can get this project done. All right, so we'll do 3 signatures so it doesn't take so long. Number 1, let's see if we even have enough to fill the book. I think that's enough. I'm going to do 1 more so that each of the 3 signatures has a large page, and then I'll put smaller pages on the inside. I think I like be able to keep track of my signatures that way. And how much do I want to take off? A little bit less. Right about there. Right about there. Okay, so that's my 3. Let me just see how many pages would go into each signature. I like them to be even, so I'm not quite sure. All right. 1 of those there. So it is kind of even. 5 pieces of paper. It seems a little small to me. Let me put blue in here. Seems a little small. And my phone book is on the other side of the room. I may have to go and grab that so I can poke holes in this. Purple, blue. I think I want 1 more piece of paper in there. I don't know why I'm thinking I want 1 more. Something is telling me put 1 more piece of paper in each signature because it seems really thin. You found some of that textured fun foam on eBay? Which one? What patterns do you have? Yeah, I think I'm going to, it's really tiny. So I think I am going to put, hey Joey. I think I am. Let's do 3 more pieces. Let's do one of those. And gray. One of those. And one of those. Let's do that. All right. So I'm going to cut it this way. And randomly making these just that way. And that way. Fold these in half. Where'd my bone folder go? Did I put it away? Nope. Nope. That looks like it's too long. Yeah, it is. I'm going to have to trim that off. What did I do? That's too long too. What did I do? I should have folded it and then done it. Let's just cut a tad off the top so it's not too long for the book. Perfect. Perfect. Nope, a little bit more. It's still too long. Perfect. All right. Put one of these in each signature somewhere. Let's put it in here. This one right there. And this one, let's put it right there. That's good enough. I have altered a board book. I did that many years ago and I no longer have it. It was one of those times when I was getting rid of everything. Let me go grab my phone book so I can poke holes. I'll be right back. I am back. All right. So I also need, I'm going to use an awl because it's easier, it's faster, I can get a hold of it and all that good stuff. I need all this stuff out of the way. Let me get all this cardstock out of the way so I have some room to move. Ouch. That was my knee. And I need a piece of paper for a pattern. So I'm just going to get a piece of paper from a notebook here. And this is the size of my page. Let me put that in half. And cut that off so it's exactly the same size as my page. Line up the bottom. So this is my pattern for where I'm going to poke the holes. Now I'm not going to poke very many holes so that I can do this quickly. I am not going to show the stitching too much. I will do another video showing exactly how to do a Copic stitch or a kettle stitch like this. But I don't have time so that I can't get it done here on this video. I folded it in half and then I folded a little bit down. This gives me, this is not what I wanted to do. I'm trying to do a pamphlet stitch and that's not what I'm doing. What I do want to do, 7 inches, I think I want stitches about every inch. Will that go fast enough? I hope so. I hope so. And I am going to take my awl out. I don't know why I keep it in the package. I guess so I can find it easier. And poke through the pattern on the fold. Where I need it. And I'm going to get some binder clips out here to clip together the pages. Now I want to make sure I've got the pages where I want them. They're all aligned exactly where they need to be. Kind of want to center them just a little bit all together. And the middle one where it needs to be. And since they're all different sizes, a binder clip is not going to clip them all together, but it's going to clip enough of them together so that they kind of stay where I want them while I do this. So I'm going to put the pattern in there. And I'm doing this really quickly, you guys, so you can see the basic process of this. That's one. Same thing for this one. Line them up where I want them. Hello, Emma. Emma Lee. She's got a couple Emmas and a couple Marthas. Line and put a binder clip in there. Clip as many together as I can, and I'm putting that in the ditch to cradle it a little bit so that when I poke the holes through, they go all the way through the valley to that mountain fold. They shouldn't be off if I've got them cradled well enough. That to the side. And then the last one. Arrange the pages. Binder clip them together. Make sure they're all straight. And then all right. So there's only 3 signatures. Usually with the kettle stitch, I like to use a few more signatures. So we're just going to see how this works. I am going to use not black. I don't think I need black. I think I need a beige. Is this a strong one or is this the strong one? Extra strong upholstery. I think I'll use this one. It doesn't necessarily have to be extra strong. But it doesn't hurt. And I am just going to get a very long piece out here. And a needle. And my thimble, because I always poke my finger. I was a quilter for too long, and I use that finger to push my needles through. And I can't teach myself not to do that. All right. So I am going to start on the outside. And the first signature, I'm just going to do a weaving in and out. Okay, why isn't it going through the hole? Not supposed to be that difficult. Why doesn't it want to go in that way? It wants to, it's fine this way, but it doesn't want to go backwards. Thank you. Just weaving in and out. Again, it doesn't want to go backwards. How's the weather where you guys are? Have you guys seen Shelly? Did you see her post about the snow in Hawaii? It looked more like freezing rain to me, but holy moly. I could not believe it. Let me pull all this thread through. I could not believe all the snow that she's dealing with. All right, I got it hooked funny through the. I stitched through there, so let me just unget it through there. Oh dear, that's not going to work. And I just came unthreaded. All right. Okay, so here's my starting thread. Here's my ending thread. Let me pull that through. Probably should have done it double thread. And I'm going to put that underneath my binder clip just to make sure I know where it is. Get it clipped there and rethread my needle. I've got way too much thread. I think I thought that I was going to double it, and then I didn't double it. And then the last hole. And then I'm just going to go back up the way I came. Without clipping the binder clip, please. Going through the holes. This is where I always catch that binder clip. So you just kind of do a long stitch, weave even in and out, down and then back up to the top. So you've got stitches on both sides, in and out. All right. It's cold and rainy in New York, or North Carolina, sorry. You're cold today? You've had sunshine in the UK. Okay, so I am at this bottom hole, and I need to add another signature. Did I do this wrong? I needed to be on the inside. It's been a while since I've done this, guys. I needed to be on the inside so that I could come out and add the other signature. So I need to redo it. I need to redo it. Taking those stitches out. Let me unthread the needle. It'll go faster that way. And I'm going to double it. I don't need all this thread, so I'm just going to double it. It's way too much thread. And I took my binder clip out, so all my pages are all cattywampus now. All right. Let me try that again. I am going to double the thread, which means I'm going to make the tails even. Where's the other tail? That should be long enough. Of course, now I'm not going to have enough thread, right? And I am going to put the needle in the hole and thread it through all the holes so I know that I'm in the right place. Clip it again. And where is that tail? I'm going in from the inside. And I'm going to clip the tails to the binder clip so that they don't escape. There we go. Just like that. All right, and I'm going to do the same thing. Sorry guys. Malfunction, error, malfunction. User error. You know what I mean. Crazy person. Make sure I don't have any little loops, and both threads are coming at the same time, so there's not one that's loose and one that's tight. And then back up. There we go, that's better. Okay, so you've got your threads that go in and out all the way down, in and out all the way back up. Oh, let me see what you wrote here. Tiny stars, chevrons, hexagons, dots, squares, and a cool free form swirl one. Oh, Those sound different than any of the patterned fun foams that I have. Do they have a specific name? You know I like my patterned fun foam. Okay, so now I'm going to go with the second signature. I am going to go into that first hole that I punched. And my double threads are not coming together. They're not staying together. Up the next hole and around the stitch. And I will show you in a video how I'm doing this. But since I made mistakes, I'm running out of time. And I just kind of want to show you basically how the whole book goes together and how it looks in the end. And then back through. That same hole. And I'm trying not to get my head in the way too, which isn't helping my process here. And I'm afraid that only 3 signatures is not going to make this very strong. So I may put it together and rethink the whole thing. We'll see. And this stuff, I'm not using waxed linen. If you wax your threads, they don't tangle quite so much. Never actually used linen. I do have a waxing block, but I haven't used that yet either. It's right here. It's still in its little plastic. Eventually I will try it out. Waxing your threads makes it so it doesn't curl on itself and make knots, which is what it's doing right now. They come out, but it just takes a little bit longer to make them do what you want them to do and to become unknotted and to make them behave themselves. I talk to my threads, I talk to my paper. I may be losing it, people. I may be losing it. You've never seen this stitching before? Not very many people do it. It is a basic traditional type of stitching. It's what they used to do before they had the nice machines that would put the books together with all the glue. I'm just making a book block. Oops. And I'm going to put the third one down. And let me see how strong it is. All right, third one. And I was supposed to knot the thread in the beginning, and I didn't. So I'll have to do it at the end. I'm really showing you the bad way to do it, so it's probably a good thing that I'm not really showing you. I'm just kind of doing it so that I can kind of remember what I'm doing here. Okay, why can't it go through the hole again? There it goes. There it goes. So you're just kind of basically doing the stitches. Ouch. I poked myself. On the backs of the signatures. You're not going to see it, so it can be really messy, but you do want it to be tight so that your book is strong. And I'm not really taking that time to make sure that it's nice and tight and all the threads are pulled tight. I may have to take this one apart. But it's good practice for me. It is good practice for me. And I'm kind of worried that it doesn't have enough signatures. I think that also will not make it as strong as I would like it to be. So it's kind of a experimental, let's see what happens with this few of signatures. You want a few signatures when you're doing this kind of thing so that the stitches can work with them with each other stitch to make it strong. So, and I think what I'm going to do is, since I've got the stitches that are really close together, I'm just going to take this tail end and I am going to make it go through that hole, and I'm going to tie a knot with the tails. They're so close together, you guys, that you really won't be able to tell. So I'm just going to make a knot. Like I said, I am not sure that this is going to work. Let me unthread that needle. And let me just cut off this one so I can tie the threads. Just going to make a square knot and just take a look at the whole book block and see what's going on. I was supposed to make a knot at the beginning there. I'm going to keep them long so I can find them again. Okay, so I'll put my needle away so I don't lose that. Let me unclip these guys so they are free to move. All right, so here's the book block. What's nice about this, I've lost my controls here. What's nice about doing it this way, the pages lay completely flat. Completely flat. It's the way that you sew them together on the outside that it just lays flat, which is really, really nice. All right, so I would be putting that book block into the book like this, And it might work. It feels like it's, let me look at between the signatures. It feels kind of strong. It feels like it might do the trick. So what I would do, and I don't know if I'm going to use a wet glue, but I might just try do I have a washable glue that I can undo? One that's not going to be very strong. Of course, I don't have one handy, because I do have a feeling I need to take this back out and add some more signatures to it. I've got a little bit of glue in here. I'm just going to glue it kind of, just to see what happens. And all I'm doing is gluing that outside page to that page that I left from the book. And normally I would put a ton of glue there to make it really, really strong. And let me just cut those strings off so that they're not escaping everywhere. They're not going to be in my way. And let me just putting some glue on the outside. And then, like I said, this is a washable glue. I'm going to be able to get this off when I want to tear it apart, because I don't think I'm going to, I don't think it's wide enough for the spine is another problem I'm seeing here. So I do think that I'm going to have to add more signatures. Let me get it straight at least. Doesn't want to be straight. All right. So that's all I'm doing is I'm gluing the first pages to the book on both sides. So it's in there. It's in there. And what you're not gluing the spine so it can open and close. If you were to glue the spine into it, it would work itself out, because it needs a certain amount of space to be able to open, and it needs more of a spine to. The kettle stitch and the Copic stitch are pretty close. Pretty close. Hi, Lori. Okay, so I'm not sure I love it, but anyway, you get the idea here. You get the idea of having your own book pages to be able to do things with. Be able to pick the kinds of pages that you want in your book. You get to pick the size of your book too. And you do need to glue the end pages very, very well. I haven't. Of course, it's coming apart. So when you do glue it in for real, you want to make sure that you glue all the way to the edge and that it dries really well before you start messing around with it. And like I said, I don't think the book block is big enough for the spine, and that's also going to make the book block kind of wiggle itself out of the book. So I am going to have to make that spine area a little bit longer. If there aren't any end pages, I would glue the book directly to the cover. It's the same exact thing. There just happen to be, I just happen to leave these pages in there. If you take the whole entire thing out, you're just left with the cover. Just glue them onto the cover. Easy, easy. Don't need to show you that. Yes, a Copic stitch a Copic stitch, you have, I actually have one here. Give me 1 second, I can show you. And maybe that's what the difference between a Copic and a kettle stitch is. A Copic stitch, you've got a cover. It's just a piece of board, 2 of them for the cover, so that your Copic stitches are showing. Okay? This is a Copic stitched book. And again, they're really nice because they lay completely flat. Completely. You can do anything with these things. They don't have to be the center of the signature. They lay completely flat. It's just the way they are built. It's that there's no spine to make a hump, I guess. So that is what it is. So when you're doing a kettle stitch, you're doing the same exact thing, except you don't have 2 covers. So to put the book block into a cover, English. I do know how to speak. I wasn't really expecting to do this today, so I'm not mentally prepared. I do apologize. I'm not mentally prepared for it. All right. Yeah. And I'm going to be, I've got tons of paper, guys. I've got tons of book pages, books that I've taken apart, that I've got, full 2-page spread book pages. I've taken my time and taken books apart so that I have, different languages, different fonts, old books, new books. I have them, and I want to put a bunch of them together today, or not today, but, when I get a chance, and make some books like this with those, or even like this, putting them into a cover. Okay? So with a kettle stitch, you're mostly just making a book block, because you already have a cover that you're wanting to put in. And with a Copic stitch, that incorporates, to a back cover and a front cover, so that all right. Sorry, I was a little confusing today. I really wasn't expecting to do this part. I was kind of thinking that I would do more talking about personal books, but since I don't do a personal book myself, I guess I really don't know what to say about it. There's so many different ways to do it. Every person has their own way to do a personal book. Every person needs something a little bit different. So, of course, everybody's going to use their personal books just a little bit differently. So, I think they're a great idea. I would have one, except I would probably lose it. I use a notebook. So anyway, Rainbow Textured Fun Sheets by Horizon Group. I need to write that down. Let me write that down. Let me find a pen. All right, writing that down. Yes, I will be doing a video, and I'm not sure exactly when, because I've got some other things that I need to do first. Rainbow. Let me write this down before it disappears. textured foam sheets by Horizon Group. Sounds interesting. I will look into that. Yes, I will be doing a video when I get my mind in the right place, practice just a little bit more. I will be doing a video on the Copic stitch and the kettle stitch. I will do both of them, hopefully pretty short videos, so that you can see where the needle goes and how you loop them together so that they stay strong. All right. I've just got some other things I need to do. I need to continue and get my room organization situated. That is kind of my next need to do. So right now I've got a mess going on because I did Glue Book January, and then I did my little tiny sketchbook. I have got projects, I've got mostly glue books piled everywhere. So I need to control, contain, organize, and subdue all the glue books and get them in a place where I can remember where they are and all the little bits and pieces that need to be put together. I need to figure out where and how to put them together, and I will be continuing on and finishing up my organization and doing the last video on that. So that's where my head is kind of going at the moment. And I'm also going to start up again with the art journaling in simple steps. I have a ton more stuff to do with that. So that's kind of where my head is. So I've got to do those before I do this. So sorry. Thank you all for you newbies. Thank you for showing up in here, saying hi. It is wonderful to have new people in the chat. I enjoyed seeing everybody that I've seen before as well. Please do come back. Thank you for all your thumbs up. You found some flat space yesterday. Oh, Kathleen. What I wouldn't give for a little bit of flat space that isn't on the floor. I've got my trail back. I need to undo the trail again. I went backwards, guys. I went backwards. I've got piles all over the floor again. But I don't think it's going to take me long to get it all moving up. Margaret, did you, hi Sheila, did you friend me on Facebook? Is that you or is that somebody else? Flat space is rare. It's yeah. I need more flat space. I do. Just kind of waiting for a answer. Hopefully she can answer me. I'm just a little I want to make sure that people are who they're supposed to be on Facebook before I friend. All right, and I have not answered you yet. Is that correct? I want to make sure it's really you. I will be back on Tuesday. I will probably be doing a little bit of art journaling or something. I really wanted to finish projects this month and didn't get a chance to because I got sidetracked with the tiny sketchbook project. I already friended you, Margaret. I already friended you. So I've got another one from you. Somebody I think has taken your name then if I've got one that I did not accept yet. We'll talk about this later. Maybe if you message me on Facebook so that I know who you are. Because I have another one in my requests from you. So message me, and maybe we can get this settled. All righty, you guys. I'm going to be back on Tuesday. I don't know exactly what I'm going to do. I am going to try to get some videos done tomorrow. Trying to figure out what day it is. I've already lost the day. My mind is... I'm just doing too many things. Breathing, breathing. I will see you on Tuesday. I'm excited. I'm excited. So thank you, everyone, for being here. I will see you on Tuesday. And thank you all for all your encouragement for the tiny sketchbook. Thank everyone for watching the recordings. I know everybody can't be to the live. Thank you so much for... Yes, I could glue the spine to strengthen it. Yes, I could. So thank you so much. I do think that I need it to be a little bit thicker, though. I may need to spread out these pages. So anyway, thanks everyone for watching the recordings, for being in the chat. You guys are wonderful. I will see you Tuesday.